Welcome to the Echo Essentials podcast. My name is Chris Pekarski, and on today's show, we have in from the community, actually from Mattawa specifically, the chair of the Let's Remember Adam campaign and organization, Pierre Ranger, or Pierre Ranger, as we kind of joked off screen before the show. Pierre was fantastic. This episode's awesome because it's a what I thought was a very widespread campaign. I discovered that it was actually kind of local to our area, and it's been growing ever since. And for those who don't know the campaign, Let's Remember Adam, Pierre and I talk all about it. You probably have seen the stickers, the billboards, everything, but it's all about road safety, especially in relation to school buses and stopping for school buses. So really interesting stuff. It goes there. It gets serious. I mean, Pierre was Adam's brother, so he talks about the story a little bit and how it impacted him as a person, and how this is the job that he never really wanted to have, but how the work that they are doing and organizations and campaigns like Let's Remember Adam are working towards making our roads safer for everyone, especially children in school buses. So very, very important stuff. We talk a bit about how policy changes get made, what he wants to see in school buses and road safety going forward, and it's about what's going on in the community with the organization. So strap in. It's a great episode. Give it the full listen. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you've seen the campaign out in the community or in outsider communities. Drop a comment. Let us know. Rate the episode as well. Before we get to all of that, we do want to throw it and thank our title sponsor of today's show, Source for Sports.
It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street and let us help you along your way.
On today's episode, we have in Pierre Ranger, or Ranger, as some might refer to him. Pierre, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Happy to have you in. And we have you in from the Let's Remember Adam Foundation Association campaign.
Yeah, Let's Remember Adam campaign. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So first and foremost, thank you for coming in, as always. I hope you had a wonderful holiday break, whatever it looked like for you and your family. But this topic is, it's prevalent all the time, but especially when, I was driving down McIntyre to get here and the roads are awful. Driving safety is ever foremost apparent. And obviously, Let's Remember Adam is associated with that to many different degrees. Can you maybe tell our listeners, for those who maybe don't know, which I would be surprised because I feel like, the campaign, the initiative's been around for a while, what it's all about?
So the Let's Remember Adam campaign is a school bus safety-oriented campaign with the main goal of making the driving public understand why it's so important to stop for a school bus. To the majority of people, it might sound like a ridiculous idea. It's so simple to stop for a school bus.
It sounds so common, right?
Right. Big yellow vehicle, red flashing lights, stop sign on the side. Doesn't make any sense why people wouldn't stop for that. Children getting on and off. But it is a huge problem in Ontario and all over North America, to be honest. And we've been active since 2004 when the campaign started. Mm-hmm. And the problem has only gotten worse since then. Mm-hmm. I've been the chair of the Let's Remember Adam organization since 2014. And the incident rates rise annually. Stats come in way higher than you'd ever expect.
Right.
From small communities to large communities, people just don't seem to understand the importance of stopping for these vehicles carrying our children and our future. Yeah. And basically, the way I see it is they're either distracted or put their personal time ahead of that child's life, which is extremely unacceptable.
Yeah.
And the story began really on February 11th, 2000, when Adam died while trying to just cross the street coming home off the school bus when somebody didn't stop and hit him with their vehicle. My brother Alex, who is 12 years older than Adam died when he was 5. Alex was behind him getting off the school bus and actually reached out and tried to grab Adam's backpack because you could see the vehicle wasn't going to stop. Missed the backpack as Adam went for the driveway, and Adam was actually struck and killed right at the end of our driveway. We still have the family home. My mom still lives there. So it's very near and dear to my heart. It happened in Mattawa, where we're from. So most of the community is well aware of what happened to Adam and why we do this campaign. And we just try to push that safety message and make some real changes with the government to school buses, because up until a few years ago, school buses hadn't changed since you or me or anyone was a child, really. They've been basically the same idea.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, we were able to make some major changes and get amber lights added to these school buses. The reason behind that is Ontario was the only place in North America. North America. We were the only place in North America that didn't run amber lights. We only ran 4 red lights on top of the school buses, which when the back of the school bus says stop when red lights are flashing, it's extremely confusing when one set of red lights is a warning and one set of red lights means we're stopping.
Yeah.
So that is the purpose of the amber lights.
Okay.
It's the same as a traffic light.
Right.
It comes on to let you know that bus is about to stop. It has its good and bad. Reports I get is some people speed up to try to race around the bus.
That's crazy. I cannot believe
Yes, it is. But that's what I hear. But again, it is creating across the board, all the buses now have amber lights. So if you come from another province into this province, the buses look the same, act the same.
Right.
And if you follow the rules, you'll follow these rules. So that was a big win for us, and we were a big part of that. We helped with the petition. We helped with talking to politicians, telling them our story, just trying to get something changed. And now we're working on a few other projects to try to really get these school buses, not safer, but to make it a lot harder for people to break the law is what our goal is.
Right.
And at the end of the day, our goal really is to make sure children can travel to and from school safely without the chance of being run over.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing the story. I recognizing that, you're Adam's oldest brother. Correct?
Oldest brother. Yeah. There was 4 of us. Yeah. Adam was the youngest and I'm the oldest.
Right on. I imagine, obviously, as you very clearly outlined, the story is like very important to, your family, but also the community. Like I was talking to Ben off the show beforehand. I feel like I've seen Let's Remember Adam campaigns everywhere. I'm from North Bay, right? Yeah. And I've done a lot of, travel in my work, especially within, post-secondary and secondary, being an old, student recruiter. I feel like I've seen buses everywhere. Like your campaign really has gone outside of just the area. And I didn't even know it started in Mattawa. So for me, that's really insightful. But you've done a lot of great work. I'm really curious about this amber warning system and like how you got this to kind of go into effect, because we talk a bit about politics and policy and change here on the show a lot, and sometimes it sounds easier than it actually does get to when you get the boots on the ground. Getting the petition, getting the signatures, getting into the right hands. What's that process like? You'd think, and maybe this is such like a black or white issue. It's such a very clear issue. It's like, well, clearly we should all be in favor of this. I don't understand how we could possibly not. Like, what's that? I'm trying to wrap my head around it here. It's tough because you think this would be easy.
Yeah.
Is it easy?
Well, yes and no. It is easy once somebody within the government that has the power to make changes grabs it and says, yeah, this is a good idea. Why aren't we doing this? And it helped that, like my local bus company in Mattawa, back in, I believe it was 2013 or so, they were told by their officials, the people that look after the bus companies, to get ready because there's a possibility that Ontario was going to amber lights. So this is 2013. We didn't make that change until just, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was basically something that just kind of got pushed to the side and kind of forgotten about. And then it was like, okay, well, how do we get this back up and running? So I spoke with Vic Fideli, our MPP, and asked him, like, what do I have to do to get this to go? The petition, I said, I'm already working on a petition because I was involved with a local group of people here in North Bay that we were calling it the I Stop, You Stop campaign. And it involved general managers of the bus companies locally, North Bay Police, OPP. And before COVID, we met once a month and come up with ideas on what we can do to make school busing safer.
Yeah.
This was an idea that was the group actually thought of, but most of them are in either a government position or somehow connected. Even the general managers of the bus companies, it's kind of biased if they're saying, well, I want this change. So I was really the only public figure. Also, I had a pretty good story backing me with my brother.
Yeah.
So I said, I can start, and if you guys will help get petitions. And so we did a North Bay Battalion Day here, and we got a lot of signatures. We spread the message pretty good with the I Stop, You Stop campaign, and Let's Remember Adam. And then once we had the signatures, I brought it to Vic Fideli, and he put it in the hands of MPP Mike Harris Jr., because Mike Harris Jr. is actually from the area.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's in the London Waterloo, the Waterloo area. And he took it right to the government, and him and his team did a pile of research, and then they brought it into government, and basically, this is what we'd like to do. We'd like to have this change. And they voted, and it went through.
Okay.
So it wasn't as painful as I thought. It did take some time, but there was a lot of people besides Let's Remember Adam involved. A lot of people, a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls. Mike Harris had, I want to say 2 or 3 people at the back end researching, finding out the info we needed, writing whatever needed to be written to make this happen. And yeah, we got it through. But again, we were the only, to me, it was an easy sell. Once the information we had said that we're the only ones in North America. At first, I thought we were the only ones in Canada. And I was like, okay. But then they were like, no, North America, nobody in the US has 4 reds. Only Ontario has 4 reds. I was like, well, why is this changed all over Canada, but not here? What happened? It just seemed it got pushed to the side, and something more important come up, and it never made it to the finish line.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like when we talk to people in our community and people who want to evoke change and make a difference, when it comes to stuff like this, 2 things usually get in the way, right? Money or time, right? And sometimes time can make things, make people or make campaigns and initiatives get desperate or exacerbated because, you want things to happen faster because you think it's so obvious, and it is. This should be automatic. It should be a slam dunk. But as you clearly outlined, maybe that's not the case.
No.
But I'm keen to know what else can we, what can Ontario, what can North Bay area, what can we learn from, our peers across not just the country, but, across the continent, the subcontinent, that explains how we can best, help, improve school bus safety.
I think the number one thing is getting drivers to stop. And when I say the incident rates climb, the number I had quite a few years ago was an estimated 30,000 a day.
Which seemed a lot to me, if I'm being frank.
No, and when I heard the number, I was like, you must mean a year.
Yeah.
But now if you really want to break it down, there's an organization similar to Let's Remember Adam in the Thunder Bay area called Just Stop. Okay. And I found them through Facebook, and I follow their page and whatnot. Last year, they were putting out statistics. In one school bus season, just 1 year, but only year. September to
June.
Yeah, just the school bus season. They were averaging 7 incidents a run.
A run?
A run. They totaled just under 1,000 in that thing. On some weeks, they average 7 incidents a run. So 7 times in the morning.
Run per?
No, just in general.
Okay.
But you're only in Thunder Bay. You're only in one city.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's large, like North Bay.
It's a
but if you really want to break it down, not all incidents get reported for one.
Yeah.
So for a bus driver to be able to report an incident to dispatch, and dispatch to be able to report it to the police, they need make, model, color of vehicle, license plate, driver description. Now, a bus driver's number one priority is making sure the children on that bus are safe, get
Yeah.
off, make it to school, make it to home. And when you speak to bus drivers, they will tell you that they look at those kids on that bus as their kids. Because really, that's their responsibility for whatever time that kid's on the bus. They're in charge.
It's a crazy responsibility.
Crazy.
It's a lot of kids.
Yeah, I could never do that job, and I'd
Stress.
never want that job.
No, fair.
But they will tell me that, like, for Lakeshore, say in North Bay, if one car goes by, 5 to 10 more will go by.
Because they'll follow.
They follow.
That's nuts.
Oh, that guy got through. I guess I can go through. Oh, that guy got through. I guess I can go through. And then I did an interview in Toronto for Breakfast TV quite a few years ago. And I met a bus driver. They brought a bus so we could stand in front of the bus and do the interview. So I just asked him, I said, roughly how many people go through your stop arm a day? He's like, I don't count anymore. I was like, oh, it's a large number. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, it's just a steady flow. But he's like, we don't do crossings. So they only do curbside when we're this particular bus route.
Yeah.
He only does curbside. So he says, my kids never cross the front of the bus. But the people behind him don't know that.
No.
They have no idea what's going on. There's a stop sign right here, sticking right out in front of them, and they're just driving by like nothing. And that's what he said. It takes one. One will go through, and then everybody just goes around you like you're nothing.
I mean, they're lucky that it's curbside, but it doesn't change anything. If people move, people are nomadic naturally. They want to drive places.
And you're dealing with children majority of the time. Like they're growing, they're learning, they're excited.
Yeah, they're excited to go home.
Yeah, they're excited to go
around.
home. They're excited. Some are excited to get to school. Not my kids, but some are.
Like, what if they cross the street? If they have a friend across the street, it doesn't change anything.
Exactly. What if one wasn't at that bus stop when that bus was coming and they lived on this side? And they were like, oh, that bus is going to stop. People are going to stop. I'll cross.
At what point did we... I'm here. I'm on the same page. At what point did we stop stopping for stop signs? That's a ridiculous sentence, but like, when did we stop?
Yeah.
You have, like, I don't know.
But I did a video a few years ago, and it's on my Facebook and stuff. And
maybe we'll pull it up.
One of the things I said was I wanted people to be scared of school buses like they're scared of cop cars. Because when you see a police car, I don't know if everybody does this.
I absolutely slow down.
You slow down, even to the point that you will turn your stereo down.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cop. Why? He doesn't care if your stereo's loud. Yeah. He's pulled somebody over. He's busy, but you will. Yeah. And you pay 100% attention to everything going on around you all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm the best. I'm the teacher's pet in that situation.
So there. I wanted school buses the same. You see a school bus, you almost panic. What is happening? What do I need to do? And it's not that. It's people just go along with their regular routine and drive by them. I've heard stories from police of people passing a stopped school bus and getting pulled over in a drive-through waiting for a coffee. They didn't have time to stop for the school bus.
But they're going to stop for their...
But they had time to stop for their morning coffee.
Okay. That's an insane visual.
Yeah.
I'm being entirely honest, Pierre.
And I use it quite often because when I was told, I was like, there's no way that's true. But this was a police officer telling it to me.
I can't imagine any of this gets any easier. I mean, 2005, 2000.
2000,
campaign 2004. 2000, cell phones weren't really a thing. Technology has changed.
Yeah.
Cars have changed. I can't imagine that the introduction of cell phones and social media has made this problem any better.
No, much worse.
I can imagine it's
much worse.
A lot worse. And we frequently have, I say frequently, we've had twice in here in the last 6 or so months. We've had members of the North Bay Police Service and talk a bit about road safety and traffic enforcement. And, we didn't talk about this, but, now that we, talk about it, we should. I'm curious as to what the fine and the potential punishment would look like for someone who does. Is there one?
Yeah, there
has
is.
To be, right?
And it varies depending on, it doesn't vary. Yeah, the police pull you over, I believe it's $490 and 3 demerit points. Now, the way we
I mean, that's still not the price of a child's life, obviously, but that's significant.
And one of our goals right now, as far as Let's Remember Adam, so we have things we're working on. One was the amber lights. We worked on that. We got it.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, at very first, all we did was make billboards and bumper stickers, and we assumed that showing people you can lose somebody just like this. If you don't stop for the bus, somebody like this can be taken from you. We assumed that would be enough. Wasn't even close. So then over the years, we've worked up to we need to make changes to these school buses. The amber lights happened. Stop arm cameras. We got the legislation through. We got the government to write. The MTO road regulations. Everything worked. Now you can install stop arm cameras on school buses.
So what's a stop arm camera? Sorry.
So it's a camera system mounted on the outside of the bus, right by the stop arm. When the stop arm's activated...
That's the thing that goes in the front, right?
Yeah, no, right on the side, the stop sign.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
When the stop sign comes out, so many seconds before, once it's engaged, the camera starts recording. And it records everything in that area.
Okay.
Stop sign comes out, kid crosses, camera records. Stop arm goes in, stop sign comes in, camera stops recording. Now, the technology that Mattawa had on their buses was it had AI technology with it. So if the camera didn't pick up a vehicle going through, the footage was destroyed immediately. Never even went up to the cloud, just gone. Because there was no incident. There was nothing to take.
Oh, okay.
There was no car.
Okay.
If a car went through,
Okay.
then the footage was kept.
I understand.
And the way the program, so in the States, this same program exists 40,000 plus buses right now. And the way it works is it's an auto ticketing system. It's the same as running a red light camera on an intersection. You go through, you don't know any difference. A week later, you get a ticket in the mail.
Yep.
Here you go. If you want to fight it, there's a number to call. You call, it goes to a call center, ticketing issuing center that's set up by the camera company. They will send you the evidence package showing you proof of your vehicle. Because the way the auto ticket works is it charges the owner of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So if you lent me your car and I ran a school bus, they'd charge you.
Of course.
You're like, that wasn't me. That was Pierre.
Yeah.
He's paying that.
Yeah.
You can go to court and say, that wasn't me. That was him. So in the States, 3% of people that get a ticket, an auto ticket, 3% ask to fight it and want to see the evidence package. 1% from that will actually continue it to take it to court.
Those are small numbers.
Very. And the camera picks up everything.
Yeah.
I've seen, because they were on buses in Mattawa, so I've seen footage packages, examples.
Yeah.
And you can tell who's driving.
Yeah.
No questions. Summer or winter.
Clear.
Color, make, model, license plate.
Haircut.
Now, winter license plate gets a little sketchy.
Yeah.
But the camera films the car front and back.
Right.
So the buses in Mattawa actually had 360-degree cameras. So if you were to pass the bus, which does happen, on the door side, you get caught. That camera.
On the door side?
Door side, yeah.
That's insane.
If you go on... There's video footage
at that point. What do you do?
100%.
That's insane.
The 100%. There's video footage of people doing it.
Sorry, I mean to interrupt you, Pierre. Keep going.
No, but they had 360-degree cameras, and if you get I shouldn't say the right camera system, but anyways, the systems they had in Mattawa also made the bus a smart bus.
Yeah.
So not only was it making the bus safer by encouraging people to follow the law and stop, because if not, you were going to get nailed because there's a camera there now. You're not getting by the camera. But it also recorded if that bus accelerated quickly, braked too hard, turned sharply. If the bus was ever in any sort of an accident, it immediately sent a message to dispatch. And with all this other facts coming in, if it's turning too fast, braking too hard, school bus operators can actually pinpoint where their drivers have issues and train their drivers better.
Okay.
So to me, it was a win-win.
Yeah.
Not only was the general driving public going to be basically forced to stop, or you're getting a ticket in the mail, but also if school bus operators wanted to, they could look at that and say, you brake a little hard. Let's adjust. And work with their drivers.
Yeah.
To make it safer on both ends. Because you will hear
Yeah.
people complain, well, the driver did this, the driver did that. And there's things out there called, we call them fast stops. So the driver...
You're referring to the bus driver?
Yeah, bus driver will, in some cases I've heard where they flick the ambers on and then they flick the reds on really fast and you don't have time to actually make a stop. Now, back when it was red, that was a lot because everything's red. How do you know what's going on? But now it's less. And I've never physically seen a live like fast stop, and I spend a decent amount of time on the roads. I stop for school buses a lot.
Yeah.
But I have seen people try just not stop for a school bus, and I just kind of pull my vehicle so they have no choice. Like, you're not going to do it, especially in front of me.
No.
So, but yeah, so that's our we're trying to get the cameras thing to happen, but
is it a cost issue?
No. See, the problem really broke down to when the MTO wrote the regulations for stop arm cameras. They didn't give third-party tech companies permission to the license plate registry.
Oh,
so the camera company couldn't access the license plate registry to auto ticket people. So this is still a thing. It's still red tape that we're trying to get removed. But at the same time now, we would like to just see cameras be an industry safety standard.
Yeah.
So if you go to buy a new car right now, you have a backup camera on that car. It's not your choice.
Yeah,
you can't say,
it's in there.
I don't want it. It's not, you don't have to use it. You never have to look at it. You can always look over your shoulder and look at your mirrors. You never have to look at that camera.
But you should anyway.
You 100% should. But you don't have to. We would like to see, if you bring a bus into Ontario, it has to have a camera.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Put a camera on it. If the bus company chooses never to use that camera, that's up to the bus company. I honestly could never see a bus company doing that.
I was about to say, it's in their interest, just in terms of insurance purposes, to have that opted.
It's definitely a useful device. But that's what, somewhere around there, we need something that says it's forced. It has to be there. We do have many municipalities willing to run a program or put cameras on, but if they have to put out the cost, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a decent amount of money to fit fleets of buses with cameras. But the camera program that Mattawa had...
Mattawa cutting edge here.
Well, they were at the time, and if it would have worked, if we wouldn't have had the red tape and the program would have worked the way it was supposed to, it would have been amazing. And I think it would have really snowballed from there. Because there's a lot of people that... like, we pitched this to North Bay. Different council, different mayor, but we pitched this to North Bay.
Sure.
And a lot of the issues that come up was, well, you can't film kids. You're filming kids. There's going to be so much red tape around filming kids.
Wait.
And this was a lawyer that brought this up in a meeting.
Okay.
But, like, there's cameras inside of buses for the last 10 or 12 years for insurance and safety reasons, filming kids.
There's also cameras typically in and around schools.
There's cameras everywhere.
In their pockets, but that's a different consent issue.
Everywhere.
But, I get it.
There's
everywhere.
security cameras everywhere. But that was one of the things brought up. You can't film kids. It's going to be a lot of red tape with getting cameras to film. No, it's not.
It's not a live stream. Like
no, and then that was and I've literally been told this to my face by people in voted positions, not in North Bay, but in other places that say, you just want to film kids. You're some sort of pervert.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like, we're filming your child walk across the road, and only if a car goes through and almost hits your child.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just so we can get this evidence. The only difference between this and a red light camera is this is on a mobile vehicle filled with children. It's the only difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've literally been told that. And like on the internet, I get told it all the time. Yeah.
I mean,
you'd be shocked with the stuff I've been told.
I would like to say I wouldn't be shocked, but I imagine if you're on the internet and you're calling for, policy changes, you're gonna get yelled at either way. But like
when we first launched the videos, we had a guy that was his full-time job for about 2 weeks.
A comment moderation?
He monitored it because, like, let's remember, Adam, I'm the chair.
Yeah.
We do have a board of members.
Okay.
I'm the only one, besides my wife, she's also on the board. She's the treasurer and secretary. But we're the only two directly related to Adam. Everybody else is somebody we asked to join.
Okay.
And no one else is directly related to Adam. Well, my mom's boyfriend is on the board as well,
Okay.
but he wasn't around when Adam was alive.
That's 20 years ago.
Yeah, so he's on the board. But so everybody is not voted on, but they came on after. So we're the only ones like directly connected to Adam.
Uh-huh.
And it's not hard all the time, but my mom, I can separate to some extent that Adam is still my brother, but he's the face of a company. My mom
Can't do that.
There's no step. So when people leave certain comments,
It feels
she
like an
would
attack.
see them, and it's a personal attack on her.
Yeah.
You're talking about my child.
Yeah.
The individual that's feeling very strong and mighty behind his keyboard doesn't see it that way.
No.
He has an opinion that he would like to get out there to piss people off, and that's the only reason he's doing it.
Yeah.
So this gentleman monitored everything and deleted and blocked and deleted and blocked and deleted and blocked.
Okay.
And we didn't ask him. He was part of the people that did the filming, and he was part of that helped put the videos together. And then he was like, "I'm going to do this for you because when we launched the first one, he's seen some comments, and he was like, he didn't get to it in time because we didn't realize we had to monitor quite so strictly. And my mom was writing back. So
Oh.
yeah. And some of the stuff is. Like, it's bad. Some of the stuff I've been told or they've said about this, and I'm like, we're not trying to do anything bad here.
No.
We're just trying to make sure kids can get to and from school safely. And shouldn't even be something somebody has to do. But
it should be so clear. Like I don't. If politics is weird, right? Like I mean, wow, what a quote! 2026. Welcome to January.
Yeah.
People have different opinions. Okay, fine, whatever. But like, I think protecting children, and just making the roadway safer in general, they should. And maybe I'm inserting myself here. It should be like, again, something we're all on board with, because we're all about keeping each other safe, and it's not like motor vehicle accidents like are uncommon or anything. Like
No.
it is one of the most common forms of accidents we have on a day-to-day. Like, what's the people say? Like, it's like we're more likely to get into an accident in our car than in an airplane, and everyone fears, flying or something, right? Like, it's the irrationality is disconnected because we do it every single day.
Exactly.
So like the worry and the fear is real, especially when you have real stories like your families and Adams.
And we're not the only one.
No,
We're the only one. Well, we're not. There's other in the U.S. There's similar campaigns to ours. That are trying to make change within their state. And some have been successful. They have cameras on their buses. They've made the change because state to state, the rules are different. And it's a lot easier for the camera company to work within the U.S. than it is right now in Ontario.
Damn.
But we're trying to change that because we don't see another way to make people understand to stop.
Right.
Because it's just like just before... And I believe it was December. A little boy lost his life in London, same way as Adam.
London, Ontario. And that mother did make a video saying, holding a photo of her son, saying his life was taken because somebody didn't stop for the school bus. She made it with London London police saying that, this is a law. You have to follow it. But I think and then, you hear like a lot of people break the law. Everybody speeds. Okay. I can understand that. Okay.
You can speed if you want. Stop for the school bus. Like,
I mean, we've had Constable Murph Shantz on before, like I mentioned before, and we talk about like the rolling stop, which is like I don't like it, but I'm splitting hairs in like in a really bad bad faith argument here. I can almost understand if no one's there why you could do a rolling stop at a regular stop sign when there's no car, no pedestrian, whatever. When there's a school bus and there's people clearly in the bus and it's stopping, it should be like a different level of severity and understanding of like, okay, well, you should stop because there's kids here. It's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock, it's 8 a.m. You know what's happening.
I stopped twice on my way here.
Yeah.
Because it's bus time on Highway 17 between North Bay and Mattawa.
I mean, it's, again, like when you said you got, when you get none of these videos, and you can talk about these videos in a minute, weird comments, it makes me sad because like you're trying to do good. It's not like you're trying to, take away anyone's rights. You're literally trying to get people to follow the law. You're trying to protect lives. You're trying to protect children's lives.
And some of the comments, you can tell that I believe they're just people trolls.
Yeah.
They're just out there. They're like, oh, I'm going to write this. Ha, ha, ha. It's going to make this guy. But they don't like, and maybe some don't understand that was my brother.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't just somebody I wasn't voted to be the the chair of this campaign. It wasn't like hey, I want to do that job.
Yeah.
I call it the curse. My mom calls it, I'm the voice. Adam's the face. I'm the voice.
Yeah.
Like my other brothers, they don't publicly talk about it near as much, and I don't blame them at all. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't.
I was gonna say this is a job that you never probably ever wanted.
I never wanted. When we first started, Let's Remember Adam, it really came from my mom, who seen a ribbon for MAD and said, we need something like that for Adam. So she brought it to an OPP detective that was part of Adam's case when he passed, and said, do you know anything that we could do that's like this, MAD? He said, leave it with me and I'll talk to some people and see. He came back and said, what if we made stickers with Adam's face on it?
Yeah.
And it said, like, let's remember Adam stopped for the school bus. That turned into stickers and billboards.
Yep.
And now we have stickers, billboards, magnets, info cards, coloring books, websites, Facebook pages. Like our Facebook page has people all over the world has joined.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I thought was really weird.
Powerful.
Yeah, because I have like somebody that comments regularly that I believe is in Ireland, because they've made comments about how Ireland doesn't have this or has this. And I'm like, why did you join? An Ontario small little... But thank you for joining, because the more the message gets out there, and the more people talk about it, right? Because if somebody's listening to this and then they talk about it, then talk about somebody else, and then somebody sees a school bus, they'll say, oh, I have to stop. We just talked to her. I just heard this.
Yeah.
So I got an email a while back from a lady from the Ottawa area that said they were driving through on their way to Sudbury, and they seen the Adam billboard. Well, by the fourth billboard, they had a full conversation in the car going about, and looked us up on the internet and the full.
Yeah.
During this time, their 16-year-old niece was in the vehicle with them, who had just gotten her license. So she was being exposed to this conversation of how important it is to stop for school buses. So my oldest daughter, 16, just got her license last summer. And in the book that you learn how to drive, there's a page and a quarter about stopping for the school bus. It's very minimal. There's not much to it. And it's very important. So every year we run an event with the local high schools in Mattawa, the two of them, and we do a washer tournament with them.
Yeah.
Just the schools. We just do it for them. And we do this washer tournament, and we're not raising money. They always do a canteen and something, and they'll donate that money to us, and we're very appreciative for it, but we're not there for that. I'm there for the morning talk. Before the tournament starts, I get to speak to all these potential young drivers. Some of them might never drive a day in their life. Some of them already have their license. Some of them are planning to get their license. But I at least get to take 5 minutes and tell them what can happen, not only for the loss of the child, but for the person that took the life.
Ooh, that too.
You have to live with that the rest of your life, that you took that child's life and destroyed that family.
Yeah.
Because I get asked that a lot. What happened after the loss of Adam? And I literally tell people my family was destroyed. And that's literally what I mean. Like, my parents are no longer together. Was that strictly because of Adam? I don't know. It probably didn't help.
No.
It just ripped us apart. And it made it very hard. And it's hard to even go back. The life you had before, you never have again.
Yeah.
And to do this day in and day out, like I tell people all the time, I have to live my absolute worst day over and over and over again. We did a video not long ago with School Bus Ontario where they wanted me to literally just tell the story. Tell my story. And my daughter came with me while we filmed the interview. There was just my daughter, me, and a videographer. And I had to tell in detail the same story 5 times so he could get it from different angles. And 5 times I told where I was, what I was doing, well, why, everything, the whole incident. And it's hard. It's hard during. It's a lot harder after.
Yeah.
Because right now we're talking, I can do all this. Sure. And it's after where it's kind of sinks back in and you had to relive all that. Yeah. And it's really hard. My mom says all the time, so as other people, I have no idea how you can say what you say. I have no choice. I lived this horrible tragedy and people aren't getting the message.
Yeah.
There's other families now. That one in London I spoke of. There was one in Quebec, just outside of Ontario, not that far. I want to say just over a year ago.
Okay.
Little boy lost his life too, 12 years old. Somebody didn't stop. There was a close call just not long ago. I just heard about this in North Grenville. I had a meeting with the mayor and the group of I'm working with down there to get signs and changes and stop arm cameras. And they were telling me about this family that their child almost got hit.
Yeah.
And now they're pushing hard to have something change. Literally to where the OPP has sat outside the house watching that bus stop, making sure nobody runs it because they've had so many incidents. So, and I get it that the OPP can't follow every bus around.
No, I don't think anyone wants that either.
City police can't do that. The resources that would have to have, I understand that. But people should just understand the importance here. Like, buses run the same time every day.
Yeah.
If you're being held up because that school bus stopping there, adjust your schedule.
Just your route.
You're an adult.
Yeah. You have the agency. You have the power.
Yeah. You choose what to do.
Yeah.
But like distracted driving.
Yeah.
Like I've heard stories from police where they pull somebody over. You didn't stop for that school bus. What school bus?
Exactly.
You didn't notice the giant yellow bus with red flashing lights and a stop sign? How are you going to notice the 4-foot child crossing the road?
Yeah.
But when they're on their phone.
Fair point. I think you acknowledge something really powerful, Pierre, and I want to bring it back to that. You talk about having to, go through this and relive this and, how something like this could happen, whether a child's even hurt, let alone if a child's life is taken.
Yeah.
What kind of, ripple impact or effect that has on a family.
Yeah.
That's awful and no one wants that. But what I think, let's remember Adam campaign and its others and its contemporaries are doing is that it's having a reverse ripple effect. Is that, if you're having this conversation, you obviously want these to be zero. We want no one to be doing this.
Exactly.
But if it's helping create a conversation, helping to make, maybe some changes in policy or action, whether it's home in Ontario or across, the water in Ireland.
Anywhere.
If it can save more children's lives and it could also, just make the road safer for every other reason, it seems like a win-win-win. Then what you're doing is fantastic work. Obviously, I don't have to commend you for that, but if you keep going, you're going to hopefully save many lives.
Well, our goal is to go until we'll probably never stop, but we're hoping to get to a point where it's just a reminder campaign, like the plan was in the beginning.
Right.
Where we're not fighting to get changes. We're not fighting to have things added to school buses to make them safer. Right now, we'd like the law changed so penalties are stricter. Because we just need something to change to make people stop.
Yeah.
Because everything we've done so far isn't working as far as the numbers that we are told show. That everything climbs and climbs and climbs.
I'd be curious to talk to our folks at our police service or some of our legal heads. If you're a listener, you're a viewer, let us know if there's any kind of data on this. I'll look it up later. If these penalties, if these reprimands are effective generally for road safety. I know I saw a letter here, I think from Ontario School Bus or School Bus Ontario, where there's a push to maybe get stricter penalties.
Yeah, we're working with them.
Right. Okay. So what does that look like? Because if we believe the current penalties are not working, and again, they're not nothing. At what point do we have to keep going higher, and how does it even happen?
This came it started. Stricter penalties has been something our board has spoke about a few times.
Yeah.
But my mom is one that's been saying it for a long time. that $490 and 3 demerit points isn't enough to make people stop. Because people will fight it, they'll go to court, and it either gets lowered or thrown out or there's something. So you need to be stricter. So I personally would like to see it as stunting fine, the same.
Sorry, stunting?
Stunting.
Like stunt driving?
Stunt driving.
Okay.
Yeah. So you run that school bus.
Yep.
You get caught. You lose your vehicle. You lose your license. Your vehicle goes and gets impounded. You have impound fees. And you have to go to court and explain.
All right.
That's what I believe should be. Because stunting, there's lots that qualifies under the stunting law.
Yeah.
This should be added. If you're passing that stopped school bus, you're putting child's life definitely in danger because that bus isn't stopping with the stop arm because it wants to.
For nothing.
There's a child getting on or off that bus. You need to stop. If you choose not to or aren't paying enough attention not to stop, then you should have a penalty that suits almost taking a child's life. And that's what we believe it should be. Will it get to a stunting law? It might not. But if it can get stricter, because second offense, it's more. Third offense, it's more. But it's very hard. I don't know anybody. I've never heard of anybody getting charged twice. So I don't know if it's never happened or maybe it hasn't. Maybe they got charged at once and they're like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
And great. Shouldn't have had to come to that, but great.
Yeah.
But that's what we believe. That's the things we're working on is we'd like to see the law changed.
Yeah.
And School Bus Ontario we're working with them on this and a few other groups. And we'd like to see those cameras come in. They have to be on the bus.
Yeah.
And you have to choose to use them, don't, or you have to use them. I can't see a bus company not using them because they're there. And it takes a lot off the driver.
Yeah.
The responsibility of a school bus driver is overwhelming. And they shouldn't have to have a list of things because there's a lot of people that get through a stopped school bus that aren't getting reported because it's too much. So you have 4 vehicles go through, you can't get any of that info. And you're trying to be responsible for that child to make sure he or she did not get off the bus and they're safe. So it's a tricky thing to accomplish, but we're trying.
I think the last thing I could probably imagine that I would have on my driver's seat is a pen and paper when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that. Like, what we unfortunately have is our phones, which is a different problem entirely.
Yeah.
But there's enough going on in that bus, whether they're young kids or teenagers. There's enough, beautiful, chaos happening already. This is called being an adolescent or a youth.
Yeah.
It's a lot as it is. They have enough on their plate. I'd imagine if you just said yourself, if you talk to a lot of bus drivers, they'd be in favor of this because it probably takes, again, liability off them. It takes stress. It adds added protection. And as you outlined, there's software and there are systems in place in which that it's not a surveillance tool. It's a protection tool. It's
Correct.
a protective measure. Because again, I've talked to our former co-host Dave Dale about this and in previous episodes that, where does police enforcement and surveillance kind of overstep? This is not one of these situations, I don't think.
No.
And maybe that's a very strong stance to take, but I'm going to take it. When it's about, taking care and protecting 5-year-olds and above, who else do you want to protect more?
Yeah. The camera on the outside, the stop arm camera records less than the camera on the inside of the bus. So
what does that say then at that point?
And nobody knew. This wasn't the cameras went inside the buses. And I agree, cameras should be inside the buses. If something happens inside that bus, you need something to show what went on.
Yeah.
Because the driver has a mirror. So if something bad happens back there, there's the proof. The camera's filming it. Plus, it's a safety feature. If something was to happen to that driver, there's all kinds of stuff that could go on. Because there's thousands and thousands of school buses out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I try to think of, comparisons and, things that would be equally as obvious, but then people will still do them anyway. You don't have to get very far on a YouTube video where you find someone running, the crossing guards on a railroad stoppage.
Yep.
It's that is so stupid. I don't know why are you taking these chances?
That's why I don't think we'll ever see it where nobody does it.
Yeah.
But if we can cut it way down to where the majority does stop.
Yeah.
And not only does stop, but pressures their friends and family to also stop would be great. Like, spread the word. Tell people why. Because I can tell you from experience, it sucks a lot to have somebody taken from you and there's nothing you can do. And then my mom has a firm belief that every bad thing that happens, there's something good that has to come from it. And I believe that is why she come up with the idea that we need to start something. Because losing Adam was devastating across the board, not just for our family. Like, I spoke to a woman a few years ago at Good Roads in Toronto. Good Roads is a municipality convention.
Yep.
She was a member of a municipality up north. She told me that she used to live in Mattawa, and her daughter was on the bus the day Adam died. Her daughter witnessed it.
Oh, my God.
Her daughter was, I want to say around 10 years old when this happened. Her daughter has never been the same since that day, she told me. She's never talking about it. She doesn't want to talk about it. And they left the community not long after that. So the bus driver that was driving the bus that day, I see him all the time. I talk to him all the time. He's never driven a school bus again since that day.
Not even shocked.
But yeah, I respect the hell out of him for what he did that day. Because when I got to the scene, I had to walk like right through it. So the school bus was still there. The police cars were there. The ambulance was there, but not really needed. The vehicle that killed my brother was in the ditch beside us. And my brother was lying at the end of the driveway with the school bus driver's coat over top of him. So that's what I got to see on my way.
That's visceral.
Just trying to get home. And again, like, I can say that to you right now, but later it'll be rough. But right now it's important to make people understand that this can happen.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Only a second.
Yeah.
When you could have stopped, waited for the bus, kids go,
Yep.
then you carry on your way.
Yep. And I can't imagine it's again, I brought up the top of the show. It can't be easier during winter.
No.
When people have probably more things to be paying attention to.
Yeah.
The conditions are, crummier.
Yeah.
The roads are crummier.
There's snowbanks.
Yeah. And like school is still in session.
Yeah.
Just after a holiday, everyone's kind of relaxed. Like,
Yeah.
it's a cocktail for a potential disaster. And so I think conversations like this help. And so, before we get you out of here, Pierre, we're going to get you to, maybe highlight a couple of things that the foundation, that the campaign and the organization is doing in the community and what might be next. But obviously, I think that's a big touch point for this conversation is just, it doesn't matter what time of the year, No. I mean, obviously the school year is prevalent.
Yeah. You can take a break in the summer.
But I mean, road safety should happen 24/7.
No, it should. It should be always there.
365.
The rules are there for a reason. They're not there to deter people or to hurt people.
It's not a cash grab for the cops.
No,
it's ridiculous.
It's not. It's literally just to get people to understand why to stop and to get kids to and from school safely.
Exactly. So let's talk a bit about, before we get out of here, what you've been doing in the community in the last little while. We talked a bit about, top of the show, that you guys had an annual food drive, I think in Mattawa.
Yeah. So we do this year was our 6th year.
Yeah.
We call it the Let's Remember Adam, Fill the Bus, toy and food drive.
Mm-hmm.
We do this for the Mattawa Area Food Bank. We literally do what we say. We bring a small school bus to Main Street in Mattawa, and we fill it with donations of food and toys, and we donate all that to our local Mattawa Area Food Bank. They do a basket program where people can nominate families in need, or you can sign up yourself as a family in need, and you get a Christmas basket. You can say, I have 3 kids and all this, and there's food in there for Christmas Day, usually a turkey or a ham, all the fixings, and gifts for the children.
Right on.
So we have done this 6 years, like I said. It started just because I was like, there must be something we can do to help our food bank, and Adam loved Christmas as all kids do. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
So, we've done that 6 years to try to give back. All proceeds to that go strictly to the food bank. Nothing is for Let's Remember Adam. For the Let's Remember Adam side, we run an annual fundraiser event. We call it the Let's Remember Adam Washer Tournament and Prize Lot Raffle. We run this in June. This year it'll be June 13th, I believe, in Mattawa at the Mike Rodden Arena. We had to find a location indoors and big enough because we have quite a few teams that play in this tournament of washers. And it's our only fundraiser throughout the year. So we get donations throughout the year, but this is our major. This covers running costs, if we have to replace billboards, if we have to put new billboards up, stuff like that. This is what this tournament covers. So, and it helps get the message out there. Last year we had 60 teams of 2 play.
Wow.
This year we're hoping for the same. We're going to break it into divisions this year because there is some people that play quite often and are quite good at this sport, this game of washers.
Getting competitive.
Yeah, they are very competitive. So a lot of the less competitive people are like, I wish I could play, but I don't want to get blown out by. So like we have a trophy, and your name goes on the trophy if you win.
Yeah,
we're year 7 this year, and a lot of the same names are on the trophy. My name is on the trophy, but I actually won the tournament before it was Let's Remember Adam. It was the first year the tournament was put on he's actually on my board now. Dean Baker's his name. He was the mayor of Mattawa. He ran this tournament in the very beginning, called it the Big Joe Moffera Washer Tournament. He ran it at Voyager Days. And then he asked me, he said, hey, this might be a good fundraising thing. So the year after, I took it over and changed the name. And we've grown it quite a bit. The first year we fought to get 30 teams, and now 60 plus is no problem. So, we do that tournament once a year. And our prize lot raffle is basically exactly what it sounds. We have 11 to, depending on prizes, 11 to 15 prize lots. Everything's donated. Each prize lot usually ranges between a minimum of $500 to up to $1,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's lots of stuff.
Whoa.
And you buy a raffle ticket. They're three tickets for $5, I believe, is what we just sell. And you just put it in whichever lot you want. And at the end of the day, we pull a raffle ticket out of each lot. That winner gets the whole lot. Everything that's there. We've given away kayaks, custom-built fire pits, everything. Tools, signed memorabilia. Corey Marks always sends us signed stuff.
Yep.
So hockey jerseys, all kinds of stuff we've given away in the past years. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and we're doing it again. Like, I'm going to put out a save the date soon there. I'm just working because we're going to try to run, like I said, different divisions this year. So before I put out the save the date, I want to make sure the people that run my bracket, which is my wife and one other board member, are ready for it, because I don't understand that whole bracket thing.
Fair. I mean,
but, yeah.
when you're getting, 6-time returning champions or whatever it is, you gotta create a different division at that point. You gotta foster the encouragement.
Yeah. And like my daughter, like I said, was 16. She's been playing washers since she's been 4. So she's up there with them now. She's not better than me, I tell her, but they're like, I hope she doesn't hear this, but she's pretty good. So
I mean, you realize what you just said is that you may have just cursed yourself. She's going to beat you now.
No, we actually keep a running total. Like we play $1 a point.
Okay.
We've been playing for 2 years, and we have $1 a point, and then we just keep playing, and it's who owes who more money. I think she might owe me like $12.
Oh, that's nothing.
No.
Yeah, that's nothing. Catching up. But
yeah.
That's awesome, Pierre. I mean, I'm happy to know that you got some stuff going on, and and obviously, last November with the food and toy drive. Yeah, this coming July with the washer. June, excuse me. At the washer games. I mean, I kind of want to see footage of this. I'm going to look it up afterwards. I'm going to go on the page.
Yeah.
But
we have on our Facebook page, there's all our pictures.
Okay.
Some of the videos I've shot live while I've been doing, I don't know if the lives are still up there, but some of the videos are up there. But there's a lot of pictures from every year of us doing it. The last year was our largest. Like in the morning, I spoke in front of almost 300 people, which for a washer tournament where 60 people was huge before.
Yep.
It was quite a big deal. But again, it's the number one reason, and the fundraising is what is great, and we need it.
Yeah. But
the number one reason we do it is to spread the message. So we have rink boards, we have signage at baseball fields. We work with the Voodoos. I have a rink board in Powassan where the Voodoos play, and we're just trying to get in places where people will see it and think.
Yeah.
So that's why we moved into hockey arenas and baseball fields.
Smart.
There's a lot of people just sitting around.
A lot of commuting too.
Yeah.
Back and forth between hockey tournaments, whatever.
Yeah. So they have the talk, the conversation. They see the sign. Oh, what's that? They Google it. And yeah, we're just trying to spread the message. And like I said, our number one goal is stop for the bus and get kids to and from school safely.
It's an admirable goal, Pierre. I think you're doing your work. I think it's good work. Keep going, your whole team. Before we get going out of here, though, where can our listeners and viewers find the campaign, the organization? Give us like sites, like social media, everything.
Sure. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram, it's Let's Remember Adam. That's all you have to put in your search bar. I'm in a search bar. Sites will show up. Our website is www.letsrememberadam.org. If you want to email for more information or anything, our email is info@letsrememberadam.org. I'm the one that sees the emails right away, so you'll be speaking directly to me. Website, Instagram. We're on Twitter too. I don't really tweet. I tweet out the important stuff, but I'm not like our X now. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, I showed my age there.
That's okay.
But yeah, so but our Facebook pages are where we normally share the majority of our stuff because we find that's the best way to get the message out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're on YouTube too. All our videos are on YouTube. Again, just search Let's Remember Adam.
Okay.
If you literally just Google Let's Remember Adam, everything shows up in a row.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you guys helping spread the message because this is the best way to get the message out is doing things like this.
I agree. So thank you for coming on.
Anytime.
We're happy to have you back at some point in the future.
Yep.
If you want to do any promotion for the upcoming events, maybe we'll have you on. We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, Echo has various shows, but it was I'm really happy to chat with you, have you in here, Pierre, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening or watching the Echo Essentials podcast. My name, as always, is Chris Pekarski. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Feel free to, share the episode, like it, leave a comment, share any thoughts or impressions about the topic. If you've seen a campaign in the community or outside in your own community, let us know. If you get a chance, feel free to also subscribe to the channel, follow us where you follow your podcasts, and if you get a chance as well, make sure to subscribe to the Echo Essential newsletter. Thanks again so much for listening. We'll see you next time.